right, guys, welcome to our call tonight. I am very excited to just really go over the basics of what coaching is and just kind of review on our training. I know it was a self-paced training. It was my first training doing it like this, and I think it actually went really well. And the purpose of these self-trainings are really to see who wants this, and usually by the end, it shows, who really wants to run with coaching, who's interested in it, who likes what they saw. And I think I'm going to continue to do it. But it was a really great first group. It was tons of great information. I threw a little more advanced information in there that I normally do. But I think it went really well. And I'm very impressed with who showed up and who is on this call. I see all of your faces. You were the one showing up, so way to go. If you guys don't know who I am, if you, were invited into this group, or you have a coach that you signed up with that you don't know who I am, or this is all new to you, I am the founder of Fit Fanatics, and this started 3 years ago for me. I was just a mom doing hair out of my house. I was in, many salons doing hair years ago. I did it for 10 years, and I just wanted to be home with my kids. I wanted the freedom to come and go as I pleased. I was tired of working really hard. I was tired of in that rat race of life and not being able to afford things and saying no, and just, living that crazy working hard life. And I call it kind of drifting from scene to scene. And I was not in the best shape of my life. I was tired all the time. I felt unhappy. I felt a void. And, Beachbody came into my life from one of my hair clients. She told me all about Shakeology and the opportunity and the fitness. And to be honest, it sounded too good to be true. I didn't think I was ever cut out to be a coach. And I researched it to no end. That's kind of where Fit Fanatics came about. I'm like a health fanatic. I wasn't really them, but I was like researching everything and kind of a little hypochondriac. So I don't know, that name came about somehow. And it sounded too good to be true, like I said. So I researched everything. I fell in love with what I saw. I took on the Insanity Challenge and had to try it out for myself. In 2 months' time, literally got in the best shape of my life. And I saw the opportunity. I started sharing with everyone I knew because I just felt so good from the inside out. And it kept spiraling out of control from there. And I started signing coaches up and, running challenge groups. And I just saw this light that I could take my family from where we were to a really great place. And I created this vision in my head that this was going to be the vehicle to take us there, to get ahead and to live a free life and not have to work so hard and to be home and not have that rat race. And so after 3 years, it's brought so much success. It's been the biggest blessing besides my girls and my husband. And it can do the same for you. So I'm living proof that you can change your life if you really want it to. If you really want to make a change, this can definitely take you there. And I share that from a very open heart and being genuine and humble that this can really change your life financially. So listen to everything I have to say and what your coach tells you, because they have your best interests in mind. So if you haven't already set up your profile on Team Beachbody, set it up, get it filled out to about 80%. Go through your coach online office and fill out your EFT management. That is your direct deposit, so you can get paid every Thursday morning. That's kind of like Happy Dance Thursday and our recognition day, where there's rank advancements and payday, and it's just a big day for celebrating Beachbody, which is really cool because most people aren't recognized and don't get paid weekly. So that's one of the things I loved about Beachbody when I first joined. There were files in our group, the 7-day quick start to print out, the new coach kickstart guide to print out those basic, forms of information just so you can have on hand. I believe there was one more about Shakeology. I'm not really sure. There was a third one, I believe, in there. So just print those out, have it for you, just as a reference to just go back to if you're the type of person that kind of like needs to feel it and touch it and just have a binder of something. And then also you really want to start now compiling lists. That is the next thing to do, is just start getting organized with what works for you. So for what works for me to stay organized, I have a MacBook Pro, and there is the notes pad on here, and it's really simple. I'm not a tech savvy person. I've never been. I'm not good with Excel and Word and all of these PowerPoint programs, but what works for me is just a simple notes on my computer. I used to write things out, and I'm good with a calendar with writing it out, but really a notepad works for me great on the computer. So you want to starting your business, you want to launch it with just working off these notes right now. So everything I just said, that should be written down just so you stay organized. Because if you don't stay organized in this business from the get-go, you're going to feel a shift in balance, and you're going to feel overwhelmed. And the first thing to go in your life when you're busy is something new like this that you take on. And I know in the beginning for me, I was really unbalanced with this, and I felt like quitting a bunch of times. But until I started to rearrange my schedule, start to get a little more organized, is when I started to slowly have more success, because it became more comfortable. I was good with the system, and I felt like I could take on more and learn more and start implementing it faster. So if you're not organized from the get-go, right, because I wasn't from the beginning, so I'm trying to help new people come in, get organized so you can kind of learn from my mistakes, to get organized from the get-go with working off of a to-do list. That is very important. So I said, fill out your profile, set up your online office, print out the forms, and go through all of this information that is in our group. And I'm gonna leave this group open for another couple of weeks for you to go back to and reference to. Maybe you wanna print some of the information out for you to have, but it's liquid gold. So work off of a to-do list, and then work off of these lists. So the next thing would be starting a list of about 50 family and friends, or friends that are family, friends, people that are in your network that that maybe would want to get healthy and fit and join you on this journey. And starting this list is going to help you kind of launch your business and have something to work off of. So I have a list, to give you an example, for all my challengers that I'm currently working with, all of my new coaches, all of my prospects for challengers, prospects for coaches, a list of things that I need to do every day. And when I go to sit down to do my business, I just go to my notes on my Safari. I don't scroll Facebook. I know it's so tempting in the beginning when you feel so cool, you have so many notifications, but honestly, that is not important at all, and that will drain you of your energy and time. It's gonna make you feel overwhelmed. You need to not even look at those notifications. And what I do when I go to sit down, also when I start to do my power hour, that's what we call it, when we sit down and we focus just for a solid hour, is called a power hour. I turn off all my notifications for the chat on Messenger and Facebook. So you can go at the very bottom where it says chat, and there's a little circle for settings, and you can turn off all of your messages. So you don't have messages popping up. It's very distracting. So for me, I like to sit down and just focus on my list. So that's just to get you started, just what I said right there. I know that's a lot if you're starting out, but you just do a little bit every day, and a little bit goes a really long way. If you don't finish something on a to-do list, you move it to the next day. If you still don't finish it, you just keep on moving it over, as long as you're just doing something every day in that power hour. Okay, so we are gonna get into the information. It's kind of a lot, so I'm gonna go a little fast, so write down if you have a question, and we'll go back to it. And it's kind of like simple stuff, guys. It's just, our little system here of what we do and why we do it, how we do it, where we do it. It's really just simple stuff of learning it, becoming comfortable. Implementing is the number one thing here. You can hear all this information, right, and be a collector of resources, but if you're not resourceful, if you're not putting action behind everything that you're learning, it's kind of going to waste. So out of all the stuff you have learned from this training, if you could just walk away with implementing 2 things, you've done a fabulous job. You will get the hang of everything else as time goes on. It took me at least probably 2 to 3 months to start implementing and really getting my feet wet with learning and really diving in. So just know it takes time. And this was a fast track group of learning a lot in a short amount of time. So it's not hard. It's just simple stuff with being disciplined. So day 1 was the why. As you guys know, having a strong why is really important in this business. I've seen tons of coaches come on and they just want to get healthy and fit. That's their why. And I think that's great, but I think it just has to go a little bit deeper. And trust me, I'm not knocking the people that just want to get healthy and fit. That is a great why. But I think for the business part, if you want to be a strong business builder, you really do need a little bit of a strong why to keep you going through people saying no to you. And I kind of like to give you a heads up as to what to expect down the road as a seasoned coach. People are going to say no. You're going to have objections. You're going to have people dropping out. You're going to have failure in any business that you start. And that is our failure in this business. And the more you say, bring on the no's, bring on the objections, the more you're going to have success faster. So having a strong why is going to get you past all of that craziness, and it's going to fuel your fire. For me, I had a strong why. I was tired of where we were in our life 3 years ago. And so through my father passing away, through life, not being all that great at times during this journey and doors closing, I knew that this was where I wanted to be. I knew where it was going to take me, and I had faith in that. So have faith that if you have a strong why, it can bring you there. You're going to have to put in the work, but you have to just, have a stronger why than just getting healthy and fit. If you want to run for the business, I never want to discount a healthy and fit ever, because that is a great reason, to be in this. And I was in that also for the beginning, but it can evolve, right? I just wanted to be healthy and fit. And then I said, I need to get my Shakeology paid for because I can't afford to pay this every month. So it can evolve to getting it paid, to, signing up a couple people to make a little extra money, to being a really strong business builder. Everyone has different goals, and that is okay. And we love everyone where they are, but we do want, if you're a strong business builder, you've got to be connected a little bit to a financial reason why you're here. And it's okay. Money does make the world go round. It is okay to want financial freedom. A lot of people think that's weird, like they're ashamed, but no, it is okay. That was my reason. The 3 vital behaviors, I don't know if I mentioned that in my training that day, but I'll never forget. This was an aha moment for me, that when I was at a Super Saturday, this was like one of my first Super Saturdays, I heard from the top 18th millionaire coach of the company, all you have to do is show up and do the 3 vital behaviors every day. And I seriously took it as a joke. I almost laughed. And I think I did. I kind of chuckled, yeah, right. All I have to do is read personal development, do my workout and share it and invite people. I couldn't believe it. And so I left that Super Saturday, and it seriously took time to resonate with me that, oh my goodness, I could be super successful, success I never thought I would ever have in my life if I do this every single day and I become a student of the 3 vital behaviors, and I just get really stinking good at the 3 vital behaviors. And honestly, there's no secret sauce to being successful in this business. I mean, I've become a top coach in the top 100 coaches out of all of Team Beachbody. I've hit elite. I've hit crazy goals in this business. And I can honestly say what I do every day is just the basics. And I've just gotten really good at staying consistent and being persistent with those. So don't take lightly showing up for your workout every day. People are not going to join someone that's not being proof of the products, right? From me being a hairstylist, right? If I had terrible hair, who would want to come to me? It's kind of the same thing in this business, guys. Inviting people. We're going to talk about inviting. I think that was one of the topics. Simple, putting yourself out there, showing interest in other people's lives is a form of inviting. Not messaging someone, join my challenge. That is icky, and I'm going to teach you how to do this in a very natural, organic way. And then personal development. We need to grow ourselves. And I just want to touch upon the 3rd vital behavior, personal development. I'm really not the same person I was when I started. I'm the same person, but inside, internally, spiritually, and mentally, physically, I'm not the same person. I've grown through reading personal development, and it just makes sense to me. When I first started, I definitely laughed at personal development. I have to read. I hate reading books, but now I've grown to love it because I've realized I can't help you grow, a new coach grow in this business, or a new challenger have a transformation if I have not grown myself. right? So how can we help other people grow if we're not growing? And believe it or not, people are going to take notice that you are growing yourself, that you are becoming a stronger person. You're becoming a leader. You're becoming the coach that you say you're being. And people are attracted to that energy. They're attracted to happy, positive, influential, good people. And so we need more people like that. We're beacons of life, I feel, in this business, in the world. And we're here for a reason. So we have to grow ourselves. And by growing myself, I become a better mom. I become a better wife. I become a better in my relationships with my friends, with my family members. I've learned to forgive. I've learned to listen. I've learned to just, be a better person on the other side. And I say that being real with you guys, this business definitely changes you more than health and fitness. So don't take those 3 vital behaviors lightly. They can really seriously change your life. Social media, we talked about. This definitely took me time to learn and become a pro at. I'm still learning. I think social media is always changing. You have to be teachable when it comes to social media. It's just one of those things that is ever changing, and we need to just, kind of like ride with the tides. But I have learned one best tip I can tell you with social media is to be a storyteller. And in the beginning, I definitely was a seller, guys. I would sell Beachbody and use Beachbody billboards for everything. And I would definitely look like a salesperson, but I had to learn to do it the right way. I had to mess up. I had to teach myself and go be resourceful to learn. So you always want to ask yourself, are you teaching something before you post? Am I inspiring? Am I going to make somebody laugh? Am I sharing the coaching opportunity in a way that's going to make maybe somebody on the other side want to join me? Or maybe a challenge group, not just like, oh, Shakeology has changed my life and given me so much energy. Yeah, that's a great post, but why? Why do you value it? What can it do for somebody else's life? Maybe add an and. I drink Shakeology and because. Why? So think about those words when you're posting. You just always want to think of someone on the other side. Like, what drew you into the business? What did you like about what you saw, and why are you here? So always kind of like do a little gut check before you're about to post something. And you're going to learn so much more about social media by just going to YouTube and being resourceful and watching tons of social media trainings from other coaches. And if you go in Fit Fanatics, the files tab, you are going to see so many resources that I put there, the best resources that I've seen in this business from the past 3 years that I've been a coach. So there is one file called social media, and it is the best information on how to put yourself out there, how to draw people to you, how to share and not sell. So it goes back to being resourceful. You have all these resources at your hands. How resourceful are you going to be, and how bad do you want it? So social media takes time. It definitely takes a lot of time learning and practicing, but the more you could be sharing your story, sharing why this adds value to it, and you showing yourself, being that proof, not sharing too much Beachbody billboards. I never share Beachbody billboards because I think people need to see you. You need to sell yourself to people, and that's why people join you. I realize that we can sell all day, but honestly, at the end of the day, people are joining me for my story and that relationship and that trust and all that they know that I'm about. So social media, guys, get good at it. The next one, inviting. I think this is the number one thing that coaches have trouble with. As a seasoned coach, as a new coach, they are questioning, how do I invite people? Like, because it can come off like inviting being very salesy, like messaging, join my challenge, join me on my team. And honestly, if I could break down inviting for you from what I've learned, it is simply sharing your life, being proof, but also whoever shows interest in your posts, I make sure that I am showing interest in their posts. It goes, it's a two-way street. It really goes both ways. And so if someone likes or comments, I am going right back at them, and I'm sharing, I'm sharing myself, yes, with them, showing interest in their life, and I notice they're sharing back. It's definitely like that law of attraction. You show interest, it comes back to you. And I've noticed that is how I've gotten a lot of people. I write down their name who is constantly liking and commenting on my stuff, and I'm making sure I'm doing the same back for them. Another great way for me is expanding my network, and that's another topic in here, so I'm not going to touch upon too much. But when you expand your network and you have new eyeballs on your story all the time, that gives you a chance, or it gives your audience a chance and you a chance to connect now with more people. And it just makes the inviting so much easier because you're always building new relationships. So we're going to talk about more ways to expand your network. But inviting is just simply, you got to show interest in other people's lives, and then they show interest in your life. You can't just rely on that post that you put out there. It's a combination of putting yourself out there, building relationships, and just getting good at it and just working at it. You can never wait for people to come to you in this business. I know in the beginning it happens really easily, but that slowly dies down. And then that's when the real work starts, with you having to go out and show a lot of interest in people's lives, connecting with people you maybe went to school with, you've been in groups with or church with, or you have known through your kids' school. I mean, it's called the memory jogger in the back office. And it shows you 100 different ways to connect with people outside of Facebook or people you once knew. And Dani Johnson, she's an amazing author and speaker and motivational person, or mentor. She says that most people know 2,000 people in their network. So that's crazy. 2,000 people that you just know. And so, after a couple of years of being in this, I knew that I needed to expand my network and start inviting people outside of that 2,000 people. And so that's really what grew my business more. And you'll get good at that. It takes time and being in this, but you will learn how to be a pro at inviting. The next one is forming. Forming means you talk to somebody right after you've invited them, or not even inviting. Inviting can be forming. To me, that is definitely a way of inviting, is first messaging someone maybe that you haven't seen for a while and forming them, talking about how is their family, their occupation, their recreation, and throwing the message, which is the invite, at the very end. So, after I've maybe friended a bunch of people that I found or that I built a relationship with through another platform, maybe my Facebook like page or free clean eating groups, or Facebook groups for specific topics, maybe dogs or faith. There's different Facebook groups for everything. I have formed them. And so I usually message them and I form them with just a simple, tell me a little bit about yourself. I'd love to connect with you. Thank you for showing interest, or maybe I showed interest in them. You got to see how the conversation goes, but you always want to talk about their life first with the forming: family, occupation, recreation, and message. And so for me to describe this, it's being a farmer planting seeds. And as you know, when you farm and you plant seeds, you have to water them, and eventually they grow and then they harvest. So a hunter is someone that is, and if you guys read GoPro from Eric Worre, if you haven't gotten that book or audio, you need to read it as soon as possible. He talks about this. In this business, there's farmers and hunters. And hunter is the wrong way to go about something. A hunter is someone that is ready with a shotgun. They're ready in the fields, and they're ready to shoot down, their meal for the night. Like a cow, they're ready to go. They don't care about farming. They don't care about planting the seeds and watering it. They're ready for the sale, and they're ready to seal it right there and then. And honestly, that is the wrong way to go about in this business. People can sense from a mile away if you are going to sell them. So we need to go about it the right way and with quality. I have found that the slower, sometimes forming people is the way to go in this business. And in the long run, the longevity of it is brought me the stronger business builders and the people that really want to run with me in this business. And they're in it for a lifetime. They're lifers. So you have to be a farmer in this business. Think about what you would want. I know we all have goals and we're dying to hit our goals and we want it right now, but let me tell you, the more you help other people get to their goals, the faster you are gonna get to your goal. So you want to take it slow, lead with heart. This is network marketing, but we are not network. We're not like, what is this saying? that Eric Worre says. I always relate back to him. We're not marketers, we're human. We're human and they're human. I'm not sure how it went, but it definitely, it makes sense. You really want to lead with your heart and your mind, not, as a hunter. So the next one is challenge groups, guys. This is the bread and butter of our business. This is what brings us our challengers, our coaches, Success Club, as you learned about. It is just what makes the whole thing go round and keeps it moist. It keeps the business flowing. So we do this once a month. You can do it 2 times a month as you get more momentum. And if you haven't launched your first group, we'll talk about that. And there's a few elements of a successful challenge group, which is, just the basics. You have a preseason where you get everyone prepped up, ready to go. You want everyone to start tracking their progress and measurements. You want them to take their photos beforehand. You want to set goals with your challengers. You want accountability posts from you so that they see you're being proof, because most of the time your challengers are going to follow what you do. So it's so important for you to show up every day. And you just want to make it a safe, judgment-free, comfortable group. And so I like to make everyone feel comfortable. It's all about them asking questions, getting to know them in the beginning, and just showing up every single day, even if I don't want to. But this is what grows our business. And, in the beginning, I was not good at running challenge groups, but I became good because I became a student of what a successful challenge group looks like. There's so many resources out there. The next one, comfort zone. I was such a shy, introverted person. I still am at times, but to really get out of my comfort zone just with this entire business in general was really hard for me. And I've attracted a lot of people like me into the business, and they also, they're finding it hard too. But trust me, as I mentor you and share with you that I was the same, you will slowly get past that. And the personal development, the reading has really helped me get out of my comfort zone. And one little saying I want to share with you is that a comfort zone is a beautiful thing, but nothing grows there. And that is so true. With my personal journey, with yours, you're not going to grow in this business if you don't just get out of your comfort zone. And I like this saying, facing your fears and living a life that's free is easy. Spending the rest of your days living half a life is hard. And that's true. You're only living half your life, doing it halfway. I feel like if you're in this, you've got to go all the way. You've got to put a challenge group out there. You've got to get good at learning, being teachable, and just doing all the stuff that you've learned. The catch to network marketing. You must accept a temporary loss of social esteem from ignorant people. Let me say that again, because getting out of your comfort zone is a lot of not caring what people think about you. And that was hard for me because I've always cared a lot what people thought. But I've learned to just let it go. Let it go. I gave it to God and I said, I'm here for a reason. I'm letting it go. So the catch to network marketing. You must accept a temporary loss of social esteem from ignorant people. It's true, people that aren't in this business just aren't going to get it. So you need to move on and realize that what you're doing is going to make a profound impact for your future, for your family, for your why. That kept me really focused with blinders on. My entire journey is realizing that I'm doing this for my family, for my why. And so I'm not going to look around. I'm not going to care what people think. And I'm going to get out of my comfort zone and do the things that are going to make me really uncomfortable, because the things that make you uncomfortable are the things that make you successful in this business. So week 2, we talked about Shakeology. This is the foundation of our business, right? This is what helps our coaches and challengers get results and feel good and have the energy to want to show up every day. It's that missing link that most people don't have in their nutrition every single day. So we share the value in it. We share why we do it and how it's changed our life. For me, I used to live off of coffee every day. I share that there's just no way in a busy day that I can get all my nutrition in by sourcing out my foods, cooking them. But I'm getting 70 superfoods in one shake that is worth $45 if I went to go and source out that one shake. I'm just sharing the value in it. I'm sharing it. It has helped keep my family healthy. My girls have been on it since age of 1 and 2, 3 years. It's kept us both healthy. We go to the doctor every year. Just things, I share the value in it. So people don't care exactly what's in it and the details of what ingredients are in it. They buy the value that it's added to my life. There's the webinar from Shay Stanford. She's a friend of mine and a top coach in this business. She perfectly lays it out on how to sell it and how to share it. Go back and watch it. That is week 2, day 8. Day 9, Emerald Rank. This is one of the most important goals in this business. Usually your first month, you want to get Success Club, which is signing up 3 to 5 people to get your products paid for. The next second month, which is if you're a brand new coach, this is really coming into your second month now. That is becoming an Emerald coach, signing 2 coaches up. So from the people you signed up for the first month, working them into coaches. And sometimes it's fast for some coaches and sometimes it's super slow. So it's really where you're at and where you feel comfortable hitting these 2 goals, your first and second month. The third month, your goal is to really start getting Success Club again to making extra money. Now that is if you are running pretty fast as a business builder. But Emerald Rank, guys, it activates your business. You start getting cycle bonuses, which I know that sounds gibberish. And I posted a video on what cycle bonuses is, what it is in that training. But it's our residual income. That is why we're working so hard. And at this point, after 3 years of building a huge team, 90% of my income is off my cycle bonuses, which is the productivity of the entire team. So it's a really cool thing. I'm not working really hard anymore for Success Club, even though I do have goals every month for Success Club. My goal is to continue to build a team and get Success Club. But that is your goal in the beginning. For the first year, you are working really hard for Success Club. You're slowly building your team to build your residual income. And it really does pay off in the end. I know you feel like it doesn't pay off, but let me tell you, it pays off like tenfold, 10 million times. It really does. So your goal, you get to Emerald as fast as you can, because as soon as you get to Emeralds, you get to build what is called carryover volume. And how do I explain this in a nutshell, because it's all new to you, is basically a piggy bank you're sitting on right now from your strong leg. We have a weak leg and a strong leg, and we cycle one time, right, by getting a ratio of 100 volume on a weak leg and 200 volume on a strong leg. So as an Emerald coach, you cycle one time when you get that ratio. So how do you get 100 volume? Well, Shakeology is 90 personal volume, okay? So right here from a coach on your weak leg, there is one time you can cycle over here. If you have 2 coaches over here, you're gonna need at least 3, right, to get 200 volume. That is cycling one time. So you're going to need, to start building your team with at least, 2 to 3 coaches to start cycling. So that is one of the biggest benefits, is building your residual income here. And you'll learn more about cycling and volume. That is more advanced training. You just need to focus on the basics right now, but that's what you have to look forward to. Another thing with Emerald Rank is that if you get Success Club, you get what is called leads, we're going to talk about. So, you can sign up a spouse. I know you saw that video. Also, the benefits of signing up a spouse. Some people are a little weird about it because it is extra money paying for another Shakeology, or you just need 50 personal volume to make that account active. So you can get 2 supplements, maybe from the Beachbody Performance line, that adds up to 50 personal volume. Like for me, I have several accounts. So I have an Energize and I have a Hydrate, and that is about 60 personal volume, and that's half the price of Shakeology. Shakeology is 90 personal volume. So, you don't need that for a spouse account if you just want maybe a Shakeology in your account. But the benefits of having a spouse, I signed Justin up right away, and you guys saw, he started building up carryover volume, I got him to Emeralds right away also, and he built up carryover volume really fast. So it held his spot in the organization. So after about a year, right, I didn't really work his account too much, he had thousands that he was sitting on from carryover volume. So that's why we stress, get to Emerald as soon as possible if you want to be a business builder. You sign your spouse up, and then you work on a couple challengers, and you sign the next one up. But like I said, it's really where you are in this business. Sometimes it takes a while, and sometimes it's really fast within a couple weeks. So it's just where you are in your journey and how bad you want it. Excuse me. The next one is Success Club. I think we talked about this a little bit. This is also the biggest goal with becoming an Emerald. Every month, this is our goal, right? We run challenge groups. By running challenge groups and getting challengers in there, we get Success Club. By one challenge pack, you get 2 points, and the goal is 5. So really, you help 3 people with a challenge pack each. That is Success Club 6. But you're helping each person with a pack. And I will teach you from the get-go to never sell Shakeology alone. I think it's amazing. It's going to change your life, but someone needs a meal plan. They need the fitness. They need the nutrition. They need the challenge group. They need the coach. They need the whole entire thing that the challenge pack brings. And this is a statistic, the best coaches are built being a challenger. So, I've signed tons of people in the beginning just with Shakeology, but guess what? They didn't get the meal plans and the fitness, and guess what? They all fell off. So the goal is to sell the challenge pack. It's only a tiny bit more for a program and a meal plan and just everything that comes with it. And there's tons of recognition, guys. If you get Success Club for 12 months in a row, you become what is called a Success Club All-Star in Beachbody. You get like a little award. It's just a really cool recognition to say, I'm a Success Club All-Star. I'm a Success Club Legend. A legend is getting Success Club consecutively every single month for 24 months in a row. So I've hit this goal every single month since I've been a coach. So I'm on like almost 40 months of Success Club, which is awesome. And then there is a statistic that you earn 23 times more as a coach getting Success Club than those who don't. So that's a really crazy statistic. And it's true, I've noticed, because if you're bringing in challengers, they're going to turn into coaches, and you're going to build your residual income, which is your team, and you're going to always have that flow of challengers. Okay, the next one, Success Starters. So being new coaches, this is really important. Your first month, if you get Success Club, you get your name recognized in the back office. And you get a call with Carl Deichler, which is really cool. It feels good to be in a call with a bunch of new coaches and to, be like rewarded for hitting this goal. The second month of getting Success Club, you also get your name recognized on a different leaderboard in the Coach Online office. Your third month, you get a free ticket to Summit, which is our biggest coach convention of the year. It's a trip that's a business building trip. You do have to pay for it out of pocket, but there's really cheap ways to get in this trip, and it is worth every penny. My first summit was seriously mind-blowing to me. I got to work out live on the streets in Vegas at the crack of dawn at like 5 in the morning to celebrity trainers. I got to be at live seminars hearing top coaches. I mean, I had aha moments where I was crying, where I was laughing, and it's just cool to meet your team members and be a part of this camaraderie. To me, that just was awesome because I was always a part of a team growing up. And so to be there live, it's something so unexplainable, and it's something so special that you really get to see like what Beachbody is about. So I remember charging the entire thing. I spent a lot of money for the hotel and the flight and the food, but let me tell you, that was the best investment I ever made into my business. And I've continued to go to Summit every single year. It was in Nashville last year, and I'm attending my 3rd Summit this year in Nashville. Again, it's in Nashville. So you get a free ticket. It's worth $300. So why not get Success Club for 3 months in a row and be at something that is so much fun and that could potentially grow your business like to crazy heights. So that is Success Starters. That's what Beachbody likes to work you into. The next one was leads. Like I talked about, by getting Success Club and being an Emerald coach, you get leads. So you get, there's 2 different type of leads. If you get Success Club 5, and you're an Emerald coach, you get what is called a customer lead. And this is just someone who signed up from the Beachbody website or the infomercial that wants a free coach. So you get to reach out to them. It's a free person. You don't know who they are, but it's a free contact. Then we have what is called Success Club lead, where if you get Success Club 10 and you're an Emerald coach, you get someone who actually spends money, and you get commission off of that. And it's just really cool. I mean, I get Success Club 10 every month. I go big, and I've built up a lead contact list through Beachbody. They give you free people by you working your business and hitting these goals. So every month I have a great income just from these leads being built up of staying on Shakeology, getting the supplements, buying programs. People have no idea who they are. I try to reach out to them. They all maybe, some of them don't reach out and contact me back, but a lot of them do. I'm very, very persistent with finding them, either through Facebook. They have their number in the back office. I text them, I email them, I call them, and I'm very persistent. And at least 50% I will get in contact with. So that's a really cool thing. You get free customers by you hitting goals. The next one is personalities and trust. If you kind of skimmed over this, because I know it's like, oh, take a personality test. What the heck is this about? But let me tell you, you learn about your personality and the different types of personalities out there. And for me, like I said in the beginning, I kind of laughed at this type of stuff. But really, it's made me realize to slow down, to listen to people, and to realize that not everyone is like me. Not everybody is like other people or the same. Everybody comes from a different place. Everyone thinks differently. Everyone has a different way of life and personality and how they learn and perceive conversations. And if you're more gentle with conversations and you learn different personalities, you'll attract the type of person you are into your business. So it takes 15 minutes to take that color code assessment. It was worth every penny. I learned my husband's personality test and it just explained a lot. So I've learned to be, a certain way and more loving at times. And it's just really good. And I've also seen my kids, their personality, and I've learned to be more patient with certain personalities. But yes, go and take that. That was some aha moments there. The next one, goals. Like I said, the first month as a coach, you get your products paid. The second month in Emerald, and then the third month, you have goals to, bring in more people, get Success Club. And we hit goals every month, and we set goals. I never set goals in my life ever before Beachbody, but setting goals has really kept me on track. It has brought my business to where it is now. It moves it forward every single month because I keep setting the bar higher and higher. And so for a new coach, I just want you to focus on the weekly goals. Yes, it's nice to have a monthly goal of Success Club 10. You bring in 5 coaches a month, and then maybe have a big yearly goal. That is great, and you need to write that stuff down. But as a new coach, it's easy to get overwhelmed. You just want to focus on what you're doing this week, which is working on your health and fitness and working on your postings and working on the very basics, which is the 3 vital behaviors. And as you master those, you just keep on chucking along and you keep taking little bite sizes more and implementing them and setting more goals. The last week, you're a business owner. So let's talk about this really quick. You got to be a CEO here. I know it's easy if you are an employee to kind of have that mindset of, my sponsor coach is telling me what to do, or, kind of avoiding them if they're just checking in with you. No, you are not an employee here. You are not a customer. You are a coach. You are the CEO of your own business. So you need to take responsibility, a little tough love coming from me as your upline diamond, star diamond. You need to take responsibility for owning your business. And I didn't really do that in the beginning. And then I realized this is my business. This is something that I am owning and I'm going to take responsibility for. So I'm going to own it. I'm not going to make anyone, my employee. I'm not going to, look at my coach as my manager or whatever. I am going to take full responsibility of my business. I'm not going to blame anybody. It's easy to do that. I've seen that happen in this business. No, my success is dependent on what I do and what I put into this business. I set my business hours. I have a calendar that I work off of. I make, time for this. This is mine, nobody else's. So I'm responsible for what happens. If I fail, guess what? That's my responsibility. That's on me. I'm the one who failed. So you've got to take responsibility. Just some tips to be the CEO of your business. You have to use the power of 3 sheet. I know that you have seen this sheet in the team page or that training group. This is what will keep you on track every single day and show you what you need to do during your power hour. It's going to show you to build relationships. And I think this is also in another training that we're going to talk about, so I'm not going to touch upon it too much. Schedule specific hours. So when I first started, when I was working a lot in the beginning, because I know a lot of you are still working, I would wake up at the crack of dawn. I was never a morning person, guys, but let me tell you, the most successful people get their business, not just Beachbody, but any business that they're starting, done before 9 o'clock. They get life done before, they start work or they go to work. And then they do it late at night, maybe when their kids go to sleep. So for me, when I read that in personal development books about leadership and entre leadership and starting your own business, I've learned that you gotta make sacrifices. Get up early before your kids wake up. Whether it's 4 in the morning, I have some coaches. I know it's like crazy to think I will never do that, but let me tell you, I said that I would never be a 5 a.m. morning person, and now I am, and I still stay up late. My schedule has gotten better, but those are the sacrifices I made in the beginning to make this work, because I didn't have much time during the day. I had 2 babies in diapers, was working full time. I had a husband, a house, like life was crazy. And I was hustling, but let me tell you, I still made this work. There's no excuse to not make this work. I think anyone could do it. And you have to always tell yourself, which I always tell myself, there's always someone out there that is busier than you, that has so much more on their plate. So if they can do this, you can also do it. So I work from the power of 3. I schedule specific business hours, which is early in the morning, late at night. And then when the girls were little, I would do it during their nap time, straight smack in the middle of the day. And as they stopped napping, it became quiet time. So they knew it was mommy's quiet time. But of course, everyone has a different schedule and what works best for you. Another tip is have a professional little signature in your email. The website is esig.com, and I think it's like $5 a month, but it looks more professional when you email leads and when you're emailing people. That's something I did right in the beginning that my coach did. And then the next one, save business expense receipts. I would start doing this now if you really want to take this on as a business. Every little expense counts. So whether you go to Starbucks and you're having a little business meeting, your internet for your phone, your Shakeology is a business expense because it keeps you active, your business fees, your coach fees, anything, your gas money to go maybe meet up with somebody, any little thing, save. It all adds up. If you want to open a separate bank account for Beachbody, I highly recommend it, because this is a business and you don't really want to mix personal and business. It gets really mixed up and can be really complicated at the end of the year. And you will get a 1099 at the end of the year if you spent over $600 in retail, which you will if you're on Shakeology. And you also made, I believe, $500 as an income. So you'll be getting a 1099. So you want to save the receipts and also save at least 15% of every check in a separate account. I did do that from the beginning, and guess what? It bit me in the butt a year into the business, and I owed a lot of money. So it's a blessing, but it's also like a little curse. But I think more of a blessing that, wow, I made that money and I need to start saving. So it's a good thing. So you guys need to treat your business like a business. So do a little gut check and ask yourself, I know a lot of you are new, some of you are seasoned coaches on this. Are you treating your business like a business? Set aside, putting that time aside for this. So the next one is the power of 3. Like I said, this is a relationship building form. So it just shows you, who are you following up with? Who are you inviting? And who are you expanding your network? That's all I do every day. Honestly, the very basics, I keep it very simple. And that shows you, the work that you have to do. Very simple form that you have seen. It's somewhere circulating. Objections. This is the biggest thing here is objections that you get. And you can start addressing objections on your page. I think this is vital to drawing challengers and coaches into your business. Sharing some objections that you have had before maybe you signed up. Maybe the cost of Shakeology. Sharing why you maybe didn't want to sign up because of the price, and now why you're signed up and why you think it's worth it. So, address some of these objections and know that that's going to bring people in. we do what is called like all the diamond coaches and above sneak peeks. And this is, maybe you guys were in one. It's a small group where we share the business opportunity and we face all these objections. And a lot of times I think if you're sharing objections to even a challenge group invite or the opportunity on your regular timeline, just little tidbits in your post, you can address all these, and it's going to make it easier to have people sign up with you because they've already been exposed, and you're already addressing all these concerns that people have, just like you and I. So these sneak peeks that we do, we address all the objections and things like that in this group. But if you do it and start doing it now as a new coach, you're going to already be ahead of the game. And you're going to find it's a lot easier to sign people up. So yes, we all get objections. It stinks. It's part of this business. It's our little failure in it. And you kind of have to fail forward with objections. But just know we all get them. It takes time to address them. It takes experience. It takes you failing a little bit to share and get comfortable with kind of combating these things. And if you go into the files in Fit Fanatics, I have addressed every single objection you could think of. It's just you getting good at it, learning it, memorizing it, and just sharing what has worked for you and how to address those. I think we all had objections, from money to time to investment. How much money do you have to invest in time? Time and money is the biggest ones that I get. So start addressing those in your posts, and you're going to find that people are going to sign up a little bit easier with you. Promoting your first challenge group. You got to set a date, a theme. Do this with your sponsor coach, and they will usually run your first couple challenge groups with you until you feel comfortable. If you're ready to go, get another brand new coach and parallel up with them and do it together. It'll be great for you to build another relationship with another brand new coach. And I found this is very successful by doing this. But this is the first goal. Set a date, a theme, share your story, why you became a coach, what you love about your challenge group. And just sharing your story, sharing, the value. And that's how you're going to attract people into your challenge groups. Sharing maybe how you were tired, like I was in the beginning, and how Shakeology is, really altered your life in a positive way. How these programs are easy at home. Little things like that, are going to add value to other people's life. Don't sit there and fact out your challenge group, what it's going to be like and the details involved. People want to see a little story in there also. And I can approve your post before you put it out. Your coach can do the same thing. But that is the goal. The next goal for you right now after this training is to throw out a challenge group and get the ball rolling. Sharing your story, like I said, is vital. I talked about this, being a storyteller with social media, but really you're defining moments in your life. This is what's going to kind of bring down the barriers and have people that you don't even know that's maybe on your Facebook get to know you at a personal level. My defining moments in my life, these have shaped and molded me to the person that I am today. And I've encouraged a lot of coaches through our social media bootcamp. It actually started yesterday. So if you're not in there, I highly recommend that you get in there. Ask your coach, we'll put you in there. But the group, I think I put in our group already, so you can ask to join that. When you share maybe in a video or through your post, your defining moments or a little bit about yourself, like why or who you are, or your defining moments that have made you who you are today, people trust you and come to you a lot faster than them seeing you just sell what we have to offer. So this is really tying Beachbody into your story. So my defining moments is when I had my girls. It made me hungry for change. It made me want to set a good example for them. I knew I wanted more for them. And so something awoke in me to really take on Beachbody because they were still young and in diapers. I just wanted more for my life. And I know a lot of new moms feel the same. You wake up and you're like, I want more for my family. So that was one of them, having them. My second was my father passing away. It made me realize that my health is so important and I value my health and I want to be here and live a long, healthy, fulfilling life for my girls because my father didn't always lead the healthiest life. He passed away from lung cancer, and he also taught me to be an entrepreneur. He traveled the world and made his own schedule, and I admired that. I was so inspired by that, and I wanted to be there for my girls the way that he was there. So that was a big defining moment in my life. And people know that. They know that I value my health and my girls, my family. And the third defining moment was finding out my why in my life. It was almost like an aha moment that this is what I want for my life. I want more. I created a vision of where I wanted my family to go, for my husband, for my kids. And that was a moment where I was like, wow, I finally understand. I'm grown up and I get it. I want more for my life. And so I'm going to take this business on and I'm going to run like the wind and not look back. So that's about me. And now sharing my defining moments with you guys, you probably feel like you know me a little bit more. You trust me a little bit, right? And now you want to do the same for your audience because they're going to trust you to come on this journey with you, to invest their time and their money into you. So we got to get good at being a storyteller and sharing our defining moments. So I encourage you after this call, write it down, take a little note. I don't even know if we're going to have time for questions because I'm really like, there's a lot of information here. You can shoot them to me after the call, but you want to write down your defining moments. That's something you got to start sharing your story with, putting your challenge group out there. And you could break it up into different posts, how you want to do it, but it just has to get out there in a very natural way with a beautiful picture or video of you. The next one is, who is your ideal customer? Who do you want to attract into this business or into your challenge group? So for example, me, I wanted to attract, when I started, the struggling mom crew, the busy working mom, or just busy women that are in a rat race of life. That type of woman that maybe felt lost, that wanted more out of life, those are the people that I wanted to attract. So I talked to those people in my posts. And I felt like I was talking to them and they felt like they were being talked to, and it drew them in. So be aware of who you are talking to in your posts. Maybe write out all the type of people you want to attract and start talking to them. Because believe it or not, everybody is watching you right now. All eyeballs are on you, seeing if you're going to stick with this and, you know, if you're going to be proof of this. It's not another fad diet. You got to prove them wrong. Show them this isn't just another little side business. This is going to be the business. So speak to those people that you want to bring in that are like you. I've attracted, you know, everybody in this business that I have right now on my team, or even in my challenge groups, they're people just like me that want more out of life, but I'm speaking to them in my posts and they are drawn to that. The next one is expanding your network, and just a couple brief ideas to do this is free clean eating groups. The idea, I know you're thinking free, like, hello, I don't want to work for free, but the more you add value to people, and I have so many resources for you. I have everything laid out for you. You go on the Fit Fanatics team page under files, and the photos, and it's all there. I can give you a step-by-step guide on how to run a free clean eating group and the pictures to post and the resources. This just adds value to people. They build that trust. Guess what? They're going to want to join you and get Shakeology and be in your challenge groups. Also, it expands your network. You right in there in the very beginning, add your family and friends. And guess what? You get to friend everybody in that group and start building relationships. A like page, I highly recommend that you start this now. You don't have to put a lot of work into it. It's going to take you time to build up, but it's just another avenue way down the road for you to start building your network. Facebook groups, like I said, there's a group for everything out there. I'm in a runner group because I was training for a half marathon. I'm in a faithful group, and I'm in a bunch of hairstyling groups. That's just what I'm about. You don't have to be in those groups. There are groups for everything. If you have a golden retriever, go find golden retriever groups. Do not post anything about Beachbody. Let me repeat, do not post anything about Beachbody. I did that all wrong in the beginning, and I had to leave those groups. I had to start over. So you want to just build relationships. You want to comment, be in every thread, and you just want to be active in there. It takes time, but eventually you're going to friend new people. You're going to build relationships. They're going to go down what is called the cold market funnel, which is getting in your free groups, getting in your sneak peeks for coaching, getting on opportunity calls, and they're just going to be in your network to eventually go down this funnel to eventually join your team. I know it sounds like a lot, but it will click one day. Just the stuff we talked about. The Coach mobile app is how I sign a lot of people up if they're not too tech savvy. But I do like running them through my regular Coach website. This is for if I'm on the go and it's super easy, or if they're on the go and they don't want to go through the website. The Coach mobile app, you have to download it through a browser. So you would just Google Coach mobile app. It comes up, save it to your browser on your computer or your phone, and you just simply get their Shakeology, what flavor they want, their program, and their email, and it goes straight to their email. So all they have to do is go sign up. It's really simple. Subscribe to Team Beachbody YouTube channel. I leave this window open every single day because if you read Go Pro, he's saying that you're just educating people. You're sharing the basics. You're reteaching the basics. You are duplicating. It's that simple. So I'm copy and pasting all day long. Not all day long. When I'm working during that hour, that precious hour during the day. In the beginning, all I did was just copy and paste. And now I have it in my phone as a little note, the exact videos that I send and the exact scripts that I send to make my life easier. But you want to start making your life easy and getting the best videos, putting it on a notepad and just copy and pasting it to people. And the Coach online office, if you look under training, you can just go and learn yourself, guys. Be resourceful. There's so much information in that office. I'm still learning. There's always something to learn in there. They're always putting more new information. Okay, then we talked about the coming out post. I gave tons of examples on how to come out. So go take that exact post if you find that you like one and reword it, put your story in, put a great picture of yourself, and you got to get out there. The last one, guys, is just about learning. You got to duplicate. You got to push yourself. You got to be consistent and persistent. You got to believe in yourself in this business, and just you got to self-motivate yourself. I think one of the biggest things is here, you can't wait for the motivation to come to you. You got to motivate yourself. And I know it's hard to keep motivation, right? But you have to. I motivate myself every day. I listen to my personal development as I'm working out. So I'm doing two things at once, and all I have to do is invite later. I want to read to you some amazing quotes by Eric Worre. Freedom is possible, but it isn't free, right? You hear us talking about freedom. It's not free. It's not going to come overnight, guys. I don't like to sugarcoat anything. It's going to take a little sacrifice, a lot less sacrifice than maybe going to get a 4-year degree or going to get your master's or starting all over and acquiring debt or opening a storefront, which is thousands of dollars. This is the best way to go. You are in the best business I've ever seen, right? But it's gonna take sacrifice. I gave up TV. I gave up music in my car. I replaced that with audio. If I drive somewhere, I stay up late. I wake up early. And I did 10 times this in the beginning. As I had success and as it has flowed, I have sacrificed less and I have been able to do more. So it's worth the time that you put in. I've realized that to earn more, I needed to become more. I love that. Let me repeat that. I realized that to earn more, I needed to become more. So personal development, working on yourself, getting good at every little thing I talked about, even though I know it's so much information, it's overwhelming. It just starts with baby steps every day. And those baby steps really amount to the bigger picture. It's called the compound effect, that what you do now and what you do tomorrow and the next day, it compounds to be a big picture of success. The next one, model successful behavior. Try to avoid reinventing the wheel when you get involved in this profession. The hard work has already been done. I've already created systems of training through new coaches. I've created social media boot camps. I've created Emerald to Diamond trainings. I've created everything for you guys to be so successful. I've created already 5-figure earners, and I already have a couple that are up next to be 6-figure earners. I've created an amazing system. We have the best training in the entire network, but it's dependent upon what you are going to do with it. And if you don't sit there and say, I got to create my own system, it's already been done. The hard work has been done. It's just a matter of you putting it out there and implementing it and learning it and doing it. The last one, I know it's a long call, but it was so worth it. If you succeed in this business, it's going to be you who creates that success, not me. And if you fail in this business, it's going to be you who creates that failure, not me. You are going to be the difference between success or failure. I'm here to guide you every step of the way, but I can't do it for you. I'm here to work with you, but not for you. I hope this was a great call, guys. I know it was tons of information, but really great for you guys. I will open it up if anyone has really quick questions, because obviously you guys are still on because you're super intrigued, which you should be. So if you want to just ask a shoot question or a fast question, shoot it over and unmute yourself really quick.